So, after two layers of paint, you can start to see that it's coming together. I mean, if you wanted to, you could probably stop right there, but I'm gonna keep going. So, this time, my brush still has some brown in it. That's cool though, because I'm gonna get like a little bit of red. Actually, what color red is this? French wine. That's close enough. Let's see what color it is. Come on. There. A little bit. It's dark, so that's good. So I'm gonna take like a little bit of red, and I'm not gonna go too hard with it. I'm just gonna like dab a little bit, right, and mix it with the brown to get like a just another sort of brownish kind of color, all right, and make it sort of like a little drier than the other brushes were. Just kind of like lightly just flick it on there. And by doing this, I'm only hitting like the top layer of the hot glue by just like flicking it. And you might not be able to see that in the camera, but it's there, and it just adds just a tiny bit more depth of color to your tree. All right, hit it with the stabby stabs, a little more red on there. I mean, this part is just completely up to you and how you want to do it. Experiment with your colors, have fun with this. This is all fun. When I shoot, I have fun. When I'm a fake customizer, I have fun. Now that I'm making these YouTube videos, I have fun. Like, I'm enjoying myself right now. It's relaxing, stressful day, yada, yada, yada. Come down to the so-called man cave and slap some paint on a paper towel roll and call it a tree, right? But the cool thing about this is that, so like my daughter, she saw this and she's like, "Oh, daddy, you're making a tree." And I was like, "Well, hey, look at that. If a freaking 6-year old can identify this as a tree, I must be doing something good." Right? So I'm just like, you know, slapping some color on there, man. And I'm gonna actually stop right there with the reds. All right. That's gonna be good. And I'm gonna introduce some a little bit of darker grays in here. Or gray, not grays on my art major. Some gray in here. Just mixing this stuff up, man. Then I'm gonna top it all off with some green. So that's what I'm looking like right now. All right. And of course, in real bright light, you can see like, oh, okay, I see all the, you know, the glue or the texture. But when you set these bad boys up for some pictures and you set them up side by side by side, yeah, those look like trees, big dog. Those look like a trees. Stop right there. Boom. Right? I like it. I like it. But what I want to do, I think, is maybe do a little bit more brown. Like maybe mix a little bit more brown with the red and see what I get. I don't know. It's nature, right? Mother Nature does some weird things, so why wouldn't I do some weird things, right? It's time to get funky. Paint, 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 paint. There we go. Look at that. A lighter color just popped in there now. I'm gonna try to get some of that, a little bit more of that paper towel roll color out of there. I have a little bit left in there. And of course, the longer you let these colors sit on the paper towel roll, like the more you get an idea, the better idea you get of like what the actual color is. I didn't let mine sit too long. I just went straight in because I'm excited to make another tree. But see that? Got a little bit sticking out right there. I don't know if you could pick that up, but when I dab the brush, it gets in there and I get rid of that paper towel roll color. But even if I didn't, it just still adds another layer of color. Good. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Now let's say that this tree was like not, kind of dying a little bit. I had some gray spots on there a little bit, right? So let's add some of that. Like I said before. So last and probably least for me is some green. So up until the point where, you know, I got done with the black. After the black, you can do whatever you want. Like you don't have to take my advice. You can go crazy with it, but just do whatever. Just stick to some real kind of colors. You know what I mean? And no one's tree is gonna look the same. So, like I said before, it's for fun. So moss, what does moss grow like on the north side of the tree or something like that? So I mean, I've seen people like use like that real like grassy stuff from like what's that place called? Michael's or Hobby Lobby or some place like that. And you could like take that little grassy stuff and like glue it to the tree and make it look even more realistic and give it even more like texture. But me, I'm good with just like a little strip of green like that. But honestly, like I did that on one of my trees, like did like one strip of green, but I like the green so much, I just kind of like just went all over the whole thing, right? I mean, it's still a tree, so there is going to be some green in it, right? So, and again, it just adds just another layer of color, and you really can't go wrong. So I'm just flicking this green all around it, all around, but I kept my main strip like a darker kind of green. Like I'm gonna go back through. I got it's too much light green on there, so I'm gonna just flick some darker green on there. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I got like a strip right there of green. And I'm just going through the rest of the tree with some of this a little green black concoction that I made over there. And this is pretty much going to be it for me. Um, that's how you make a budget tree if you don't want to pay one of these customizers for a foam tree. I mean, they look, I mean, it depends on who you are, man. Some look good, some don't. I mean, but if I had the income just to ball out like that and get some of those trees, I just messed up my tree right there. Look at that. There's some red and white. I gotta fix that. If I had that kind of income, man, just to do that type of stuff, I would. Those guys work hard, man. So props to those guys who are cutting that foam and gluing them all together in different layers. I don't have the time or the patience to do that, man. But props to those guys, man. There's a whole lot of guys out there that can whip you up some decent trees or a decent dio for that matter. Or you can go, the budget man's route and stay tuned to some of my videos. I figured out a way to make some crates. I'll show you guys that in a different video. But my crates look pretty good if you ask me. My shipping crates for like my street scenes. So this is what my tree is looking like. And like I said, man, when you get a bunch of these bad boys together, you kind of dim the lights and get your lighting just right. This will look like a legit tree. And it's about it's a paper towel roll, so it's what's this, like 12 inches long. So your figure is to stop about right here in that area, about halfway midpoint, depending on if it's a Marble Legend or a Storm collectible or something like that. I think I want a little bit more green. Watch I mess it up now from being too greedy with the green. Greedy with the green. But this is pretty much it. So I'm gonna keep painting a little bit further. I'm probably gonna chop this video up into a couple of segments. But this is it. So have fun out there in YouTube land, the world, wherever you are, whatever time it is right now. Make sure you're washing your hands. Cover your mouth when you cough. All that good stuff, man. Be nice to other people. All that good stuff, man. Get in there. See that? That's dope. I like that. I am satisfied. With that being said, I'm out.